Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Silent breed is people! One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I don't know.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
E.T. phone home.
It's the Al Travis Show, and once we get him in here, war hero, great friend of the program, author, motivational speaker. He's Jack Zimmerman. Jack, how you doing, my boy?
Good, Al. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, but an interesting weekend. Yeah, I think discuss. Let's go back a little bit. First off, 2 boys, right?
Yep, 2 boys.
You're the dad, 2 boys. Let's go back a week. I saw the picture on the Facebook. You guys won the championship in the basketball thing. You couldn't have been more proud. That guy, both of you in that photo were fantastic.
No, it's awesome. It's so fun to watch them play and grow, and nothing more exciting for a dad when they come off and they go, "How did I do?" And you can be honest with them.
Yeah, really. You didn't do anything horrible. Let me ask you, though, with the 2 boys, and I've got 3, do you have to prod them along when it comes to, like, Mother's Day to make sure they don't forget Mom?
Yeah, I mean, you got to make sure that they're doing that kind of stuff. You know, like my son, he's big into 3D printing and stuff. He's making stuff for,
Really?
Yeah, for Megan. And it's just cool, And William, he's just so thoughtful. And no, I'm super lucky.
Oh, wow. Mine are all grown, but I still have this need to send a text, Thursday. Hey, don't forget it's Mother's Day. Let's not mess this thing up. You're probably the wrong guy to talk to about this. I know you will. You're going to make fun of me. Okay. So we had a graduation this weekend. My youngest graduated from Mankato State. Pinning on Friday, ceremony on Saturday. Don't know.
Congrats.
And then Sunday, of course. Yeah. So thank you. So Sunday was, of course, Mother's Day. And we're chatting about what my wife would like for Mother's Day. And she, and everything's fine. I don't care. No, whatever. But I know we have the 2 things. We got the thing Saturday. We got next weekend. My other son graduates from college. St. Thomas, by the way. Anyway, she likes getting them pedicures, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's this place called Kim's Nails in Mankato. She just thinks it's the best. Yeah. So I said, I would like to get that for you for Mother's Day. We're going to be up there Friday. Why don't you wing on in there and get the whole toe thing done? What do I care?
Nice, yeah.
Well, yeah. Except she says, it's during the workday. You had to take time off for this thing. I don't have any friends to go with. I don't want to do that alone. Now, I got the perfect gift. This would have made her whole flipping day, but she won't go alone.
Ooh, what are you going to do, Al?
I said I'd go along. Oh, my God.
You didn't. You didn't, Al. No, you didn't.
I did. And this is so sad.
That's when you use a lifeline. You phone a friend, Al, at that point. You phone a friend. You don't do that. Because now the expectation is you'll go again. This
is what's scary about it. Now, the thing is, oh, my God, is it lovely. So you sit in this huge chair, and it just gives you this whole body massage. You're sitting there for an entire hour. It is like, thank you. Now, I didn't get my toes painted. But, man, it's in the warm water. The gal's massaging them up, rubbing them, and then, cleaning the toenails. I liked it, Jack.
I don't even have feet. I don't even have feet. I think I kind of.
I'm saying you can't do this. You can't even. You can sit in the chair all day long. I would sit. Yeah. So I went to massage. What do you call it?
How'd it turn out?
Fine. I felt horrible the whole time, Jack. I have never had a pedicure. This woman was pulling out. I thoroughly believe I saw maroon and gold sock lint. It had to have been from 1980. From 1983, Go Rangers. I felt so horrible for the gal. You can soak my feet for an hour in hot water. They're still my feet of 60 years that have never been touched before. Yeah, I wasn't good.
You're not a cheap guy. Did you leave a pretty hefty tip for her having to do all this?
We get done, and I hand the card over, and I put in the tip, and my wife always looks over my shoulder. She goes, wow. That was quite a tip. I said, did you see my feet before and after? It was lovely, to be quite frank, Jack. I won't go again. I didn't get them painted. I didn't do any of that. But, man, for an hour.
What was the social pressure like, though?
One guy.
Head on a swivel?
One guy sitting there, me, my wife next to me, and then every other chair there. I think there are 20-some chairs of these women all, sitting in their thing, just staring at me. Like you were actually entered the women's locker room or something. There was none of them with even a wave, a little, little head bob. Welcome to the club. None of that. It was like
nothing.
No, it was not social. Now, that being said, the people at Kim's, the ladies there, wonderful people. Very nice. They know what they're doing.
Well, they know you're the guy with the credit card, Al. That's why.
Okay. That could be. So I stepped up and I felt weird about it, but my feet felt wonderful. Wow. Okay. Just throwing it out there.
Now I kind of feel like now you're kind of shaming all of us. Like if we don't go do something like that, now we didn't do enough.
It was a trap. It was because I thought it was the perfect. I thought for sure she'd call her friend. Hey, yeah, the last one she went. Yeah, let's go. We're getting from other. It would have been great, but because we had to take work off Friday, that's the other thing. I don't want to rip Mankato State, but I don't know what this pinning ceremony is. You get pinned when you're in the service, right? And they're treating going through elementary education like you went through basic training or something. So they do a pinning thing. So we go there, and this is the true story. We go there and we sit there for an hour and a half. And watch every one of the kids in the education compartment go by, and somebody did a little speech, and they gave them a pin, and they sat out, and we go home. Next day, it was the same thing, but with like 20 different schools, and you're there for another 2 hours in the Taylor Center. Thank you, Taylor Center. Very lovely accommodations. And you just, why couldn't you do them both the same day? Here's your pin and your diploma. Get them out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Do they send you the final invoice before or after graduation?
Yeah, no kidding. True story, too. Okay, we're just sharing now. So my kid who's graduating, right, he goes excited, gets his pin on Friday. On Saturday, he heads down to wherever they're forming up down in the gym, and we're all in the auditorium, and we get a text. And my wife had literally just saw it. They had a book, with everybody's names in it. My kid's name wasn't in it.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah. My wife goes, what's going on? I can't believe his name's in it. What's going on here? We get a text from my kid. My name's not in the book. I wonder what happened. And literally somebody came walking by to find him and apologize that they just messed it up. He was scared for about 10 minutes. He missed a class. He didn't sign up for something, and he wasn't going to graduate. So he got his diploma.
I would have cared less about my name being in the program. As long as I get that sheet of paper here at the end, I'm good to go.
Exactly his point. He was so happy when it was done. It was nice. Mankato, you did a nice job. I just think it could be a one-day deal because it's just a lot of sitting and clapping and sitting. But that's just me.
So what do you think, Al? Is the college education? I mean, all of them are. Is that the last one here coming up?
Yeah. My middle son graduates tomorrow. Next week at St. Thomas as a lawyer, so he went an extra 3 years. But they're all done, and I'm considering a pay raise. I know this sounds horrible, but it is. So now they'll all get their own job. Get off my health insurance. Check, Al. A little more money for Al. Get off my phone. Get your phone. Go to Verizon. Verizon's going to sign you right up. Get off my phone bill. And then insurance for the cars. 3 boys under 26 years old driving cars in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Hello. Get your own. I'm excited. I make a raise here at the end of the month.
Hey, with a bunch of college-educated kids like that, Al, you got to start saving some money for grandkids.
Oh, stop. I think, do you think you'd be good at being a grandfather? I think I'll be horrible at it. Yeah.
I don't know. I had kids so young that maybe I think I might be a better grandfather than I am a father sometimes. I might be a little more patient,
See, I start telling the truth too much now. I was really talking to my church group. I was talking to my church group about this just the other week. This is true. I did not like my kids until they're about 3. I mean, I put up with them. They're fine.
I know what you mean.
But they got to throw the ball back. They got to answer you when you ask them a question. Thank you.
Do something.
Other than throw up on me. The weirdest thing about babies is like the women folk, and I know this is sexist, when they throw up on them, it's like the cutest, he threw up on me. They actually force it by making him burp. I'm against anything throwing up on me. I'm against it as a general rule.
Yeah, I guess that says guys. Yeah, we are a little bit, we bond differently maybe with children than,
So I can only see me as a grandfather until you got a personality, until you can take care of yourself. Don't come to Grandpa Al. I just don't see me doing it well.
My oldest turned 12 here this last week, and so hopefully I got a little bit of time yet.
Yeah, you stand there and think about it. But think about it. How good are you going to be? Because what do you got to be? You got to be that grandpa that's always got candy in his pocket. Are you the gruff one who's only going to give him great life lessons? And, who are you going to be?
That's me. Well, you read the book yet, kid? I gave you that book.
Grandpa, I only read in third grade. They'll figure it out. I got to go to break now. Look at that. We talked to it.
War stories in third grade.
We'll be back after this with more Jack Zimmerman on the Al Travis Show. You know that car sound that sounds like a cricket playing a banjo? Jay's can fix that. You know when you step on the brakes and your car sounds like a pair of tennis shoes in the dryer? Paul is a guy who specializes in that. And you know that sound that never happens when the mechanic's around? Paul took a whole course on that. If you own a car, you need to know Paul. Paul owns Jay's Auto Shop, 202 North Main Street, Blue Earth, 525-1052, 525-1052.
Dust from gravel roads and driveways does more than make your car dirty inside and out. It gets down into your lungs, and it's bad for your health. Now there's an environmentally friendly solution for your dust problems. It's called Dust Lock. Dust Lock can control all your summer dust problems with just one application. Protect your vehicle and your lungs. Learn more at dustlock.com.
You don't need to ask him his opinion more than once. Al Travis on the Al Travis Show.
We've got Jack Zimmerman on with us. I just want to wrap this up. So guys like you and me, we don't like babies burping up on us. But at the same time, you'll head out to the woods, harvest an animal, gut it in the woods, and carry it out. And that's like, yeah, no big deal. Guy's got to do what his guy's got to do. I saw you got a big turkey, a big Tom turkey this weekend. Where are you at?
Oh, man, up here in Michigan, it's super lucky. You know, these woods up here in Michigan are so cool. You know, it's a lot like northern Minnesota, you know, but little fields everywhere. And to go get set up there, up here and watch the sun come up or go down over some decoys. And hearing the turkeys right now in the woods, they're really loud and electric and really active. So it's a lot of fun to be out there. And yeah, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, I was out there and we had 3 hens working around the field. And it's like sooner or later, old Tommy's got to show up here. And it wasn't long, and he showed up. And Connor hit the call a couple times, and he came screaming into the decoys. And yeah, we got some really good pictures with him.
Let me ask you this: of all the things that you do hunt,
yeah,
turkeys are the stupidest, right? The turkeys are generally the dumbest. I mean, you don't have to worry so much about scent. You're talking in your thing about eating beef sticks. You're out of beef sticks. I mean, these things don't give a crap, right? I mean, am I lying?
Hardest part about turkeys is they can see so good. So the slightest movement, they'll spot you immediately. So that's the main thing, is making sure that you're not seeing. But I think the coolest thing about turkey hunting is it's one of the only animals that you really hunt that you consistently communicate with while you hunt them, even more than waterfowl even, So that's one of the coolest things about hunting them, and it's cool because you can get in an area and call a little bit and know if they're around, and I don't know, I just love turkey hunting. It is a lot of fun, and it's something. It's the only thing to hunt right now, Al.
Well, that's why you're doing what you're doing. Was it a group you're with, just some friends? How do you up in Michigan?
Yeah, so Connor Goff has became one of my best friends here over the years, and he runs a guiding outfit up in northern Michigan, and top notch. These guys are the best. They got turkeys in the spring, they got waterfowl all fall long. So anybody looking for a hunt, go check out Great Lake Guided Outdoors and get a hold of Connor and his group up there. Those guys they really are awesome.
That's fantastic, and it's all encompassing. They had a place to stay, all that. I mean,
you name it, they even got a camera guy there. If you want your film, you ever want to have a hunt filmed, get a hold of Connor. His camera guy will film it for you and produce an awesome video. And
fantastic!
And you can be a TV star for yourself.
Oh, love that. One other thing I want to talk about before I let you go. You've been watching the NBA playoffs. This second round has been about as good a basketball as you can get. And what are you thinking on your Wolves Warriors?
Game 1, I thought, man, this is going to be a quick series. Boy, we come back though in game 2, Al. I'm excited for tonight. We're gonna have a showdown tonight.
Oh, I don't disagree. I was disappointed. We won on Saturday, 102-97, won by 5. But you should take a Steph Curry-less team and knock them from one end of the court to the other, and they didn't. I'm concerned about tonight's game. I'll never stay up late enough to watch it, but I'm concerned about it because I would have thought we win that thing by 25.
Yeah, I like to think so too. But one thing I've noticed the most out of everything, though, is I feel like the last series put a lot of maturity into Edwards. Did you see his attitude has changed completely? He's not so arrogant, and it seems like they're really playing team ball right now.
I don't disagree, and I'm becoming a Julius Randle fanatic right now. I love Nasri, don't get me wrong, but Julius Randle in this playoff, the whole playoff so far, has been that calming influence. When we had to have a bucket because they went on a 10-0 run, he got that ball. He didn't bully boyed himself into the paint. He made it, or he made the three. I think Julius Randle has really been, obviously Ant makes more points, but I think Julius Randle is the guy right now for us.
Yeah, not only that, but he looks like we brought him out of the Social Security line or something like that, Al. He looks older than dirt, doesn't he?
The other one is Draymond Green. I'm sorry, you get that much white in your beard.
He's got the gray beard.
They do look much older, and then you're like, oh, look at that, he's already 30. And I'm like, what the heck? It's a little strange.
I know. Then I look in the mirror and I go, who's that old guy?
So let me ask you this: Do they win this series, Warriors or the Timberwolves? You thinking the Wolves got it?
T-Wolves. T-Wolves got it. I think it'll come right down to the end, and we'll scratch and claw. But I really think we get through it. I think it really shows, though, how much Towns really brought to the team, though, last year. I think we were better off with Towns, but I think we're a better team without Towns, if that makes sense.
It does. I'm going to tell you, if we win tonight, everything lays on us winning the next game because you don't want to get Curry back. You want to get this thing over before he gets back in the hunt. But if we lose tonight's game, I get really concerned. Because you get those last 3 games, and Steph gets to come back, and the crowd's going to be going nuts. Let's get her done early. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more with that, Al. Hey, one thing I wanted to bring up, Al, quick is I liked and subscribed to the YouTube page. That's awesome.
The Al Travis page
going on there. I like what you got going on there.
I got a little something going on there. Like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. I think it's a terrible word for it, but the Al Travis channel. You can also get us in the Facebook. Hey, appreciate you throwing that plug in. Can we still get the book? You're probably sold out. This book is sold out, isn't it?
Oh, I printed more, believe it or not. I printed more for everybody. Go to jackzimmermanmn.com or jackzimmermanusa.com and grab a copy of my book there. You don't want to go on that website, you can go right on Amazon and have it sent right to you too, but you ain't going to be able to get it signed that way.
There you go. It's called Beyond 5 Minutes, Lessons from a Wounded Warrior's Life Outdoors by Jack Zimmerman. Jack, love having you on the program. Let's do it again next week. Fair enough?
Thanks, Al.
All right.